Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. Today's video is very exciting because I'm going to share my favorite products from 2023. I gotta be honest, before I actually gathered all these products to talk about, I didn't really know if I was going to have a lot to talk about. I feel like I wasn't as into makeup this year, just as I have been in the past, especially with trying new products and everything like that, but I have a lot of products to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so I'm gonna split this video into makeup products and then a few other products. I don't have a ton of other products to talk about as I do have a primarily makeup focused channel, but I've got a lot of makeup to talk about. So let's just go ahead and jump in with that category first. I went and kind of shopped my stash for all of my favorites. So you guys are gonna see a little bit of a sneak peek here, but I've got this whole basket of products and I'm just going to kind of go in a random order. But I have one that I want to mention first because, you know, you might think I would save this for last, but I want to mention it first. My number one favorite makeup product from the year, like hands down, is this. This is the Patrick Ta Blush Duo in She's So LA, and I just want to mention that one like first and foremost because this is my favorite product from the year. I cannot believe that I have not hit pan in this product. However, I think I'm pretty close to hitting pan in the cream part of it because it's got a pretty big dip in it. I love it so much. This is my favorite product in my collection. I've had this for I think now a year and a half. My best friend actually surprised me with this and it just like came in the mail one day. I had no idea who it was from, and then it turned out to be from her, and it was just so sweet. And I love this, and it's so amazing that this was the product that she surprised me with because it has become my favorite one. I think I had mentioned in a video that I wanted to try this, and then she got it for me, and I'm just so excited about it. I love it. So yes, this is my number one makeup product from the year, but we have a lot of other products to talk about, so we got to keep on going. Another favorite I've already used up and I don't have in my collection, but I have repurchased it and it's on the way. I'll pop up a picture of it here. It is the Kokie Skin Perfect HD foundation. I loved that foundation. I really do miss it in my collection, so I wanted to go ahead and mention that one, but unfortunately I don't have it to like show you guys in person, but yeah, I love that one. Okay, reaching from the basket at random now, I love this setting spray. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is the giant bottle of it. I also have behind me the regular bottle of it, which is actually empty, and I have the little travel size of it. So this is my favorite setting spray. I have just been loving this so much, hence why I bought the giant size of it. But this makes my makeup last really long. But I will tell you what, I just love the experience of using this. I love the packaging. I love the scent of this. For some reason, this is such a nostalgic scent to me, but I have no idea what it smells like. I cannot figure it out, but this reminds me of something from my childhood, and it smells so good. The mister on it is really fine. It helps my makeup last all day. I have nothing negative to say about this, I guess, except the price point, but it's Charlotte Tilbury, so like I would expect that price point from the brand even before, you know, I went and bought it. So I really wish it was less expensive because it's a pricey setting spray, okay? But I love this stuff and I will continue to repurchase it. It's the best setting spray in my collection. I love it. Okay, a blush that I really have been loving this year, especially in the spring and summer, but I love this. This is from Undone. This is their Lip to Cheek palette in the shade 325 Flare, and I just love this so much. I just really like the shade of it. It's really unique to my collection in a good way. I like the way it looks on my cheeks. I really loved this blush so much this year, and I especially think I will continue to use it as we get closer to spring and summer again. But during the winter, I still think it's really pretty. Like, I think you can kind of make it work whenever, but I really like it, especially in the summer and spring. Love that one though. Another like all-time favorite. Some of these were mentioned in my previous favorites videos, but I don't think it's really helpful to not mention something just because I mentioned it a year ago. If you want my full thoughts on my favorites from 2021 and 2022, I did actually just recently post review videos on those, like reviewing my lists from 2021 and 2022. Spoiler alert, a lot of them are still my favorites. I am very selective with the makeup that comes into my collection, so I usually have at least like a decent idea that I'll like the product. Obviously, that's not foolproof. Like I can't tell the future, but I usually know like roughly when I get something in my collection that seems like something I would like, and I'm pretty selective with what I get. So usually my favorites stay my favorites for a long time. this one is no exception. This is the Purito BB cream. I love this. This is at least my third bottle of it now. I do have it on the skin right now. It's perfect for a full coverage look, but it's also perfect for just a quick, effortless makeup look. If I have literally 5 minutes to do my makeup, this is gonna be on my skin. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do my brows, add some powder so I can avoid creasing, and what did I say? Powder, brows, mascara, this, and then I'm good. Like maybe something on the lips. If not, that's okay, but this will be on my skin. You best believe it. I love that stuff. For me especially, by the way, I like the shade number 21. It is like a gray tone foundation, but don't let that scare you. If you like cool tone stuff, you'll probably like this one. And then the other foundation that I felt like was a standout to me, this is the third one I'm mentioning of foundations. I almost did mention the Revlon Illuminance, so I'll give this one kind of like an honorable mention, this Revlon Illuminance, but the one I liked even more than that was this one from Maybelline. This is the Superstay 24-hour skin tint. I really have been enjoying this. I think at this point I've used up about half of it, and I picked it up about halfway through the year, I believe. So if that doesn't say something, I don't know what does, because I have a lot of makeup in my collection, and it takes me a long time usually to use up foundations. So just the rate that I have flown through this foundation I think speaks for itself, but I love this. It's a skin tint that has a decent amount of coverage to it. It is very hydrating in my opinion. I like the glowy look that it gives, and it seems to last on my skin a really long time. I've never tested the 24-hour claim, but I can say that it does last really well for a typical wear time or day for me. I work a 9-hour job every single day, and then I come home, do other things, and by the end of the night it still looks like decent. You know, I do touch my face a lot. I need to work on that, but all things considered, I think it wears really nicely. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going with some face products. So this concealer has been such a favorite for me this year. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Yeah, Complete Concealer. I always forget the name of this. I have mine in the shade Vanilla, and I love this concealer. I've got quite the dip going in it. Of course, this is a potted concealer. It's a little bit of a thicker texture, of course. I love this with a brush on the under eyes especially. So good. And I will say I love it over this next favorite. I'm so surprised that this type of a product is in my favorites video. But this is the Lottie London Under Eye Brightener. I've got mine in the shade Light. I think they just have two. I have the lighter one. I cannot believe how much I like this. But again, I've got quite the dip going on in this one as well. And this is like $7 or something. Like, it's so affordable. I love it. I like this a lot more than the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener. I wish I liked that one more. The only downside for me with this one is that if I have nails like at all, it is so hard to pick the product up. These nails would actually probably do okay because I just got them done. They haven't grown out and anything, so they're not like too long. But if you have nails of any length, really, it can be hard to reach into this, especially once you have a dip going in the product. If it's like brand new, it'd probably be okay, but I wish the packaging was a little bit flatter and wider, because this is the type of product that works better in my opinion with like the warmth of your finger picking it up, versus the NARS concealer doesn't bother me so much because I usually use a brush. So sometimes I have a little bit of a hard time using this one. You can probably tell I kind of have to like dig a little bit of the product out now, put it on the eye, and then blend it in with my finger. So I don't know, it's okay, but I would prefer a little bit of a different packaging, but that's okay. Still love it. I almost forgot to mention this primer, and I would have been so upset with myself if I had gone through this whole video and forgotten this. This is my favorite primer. This is the Wet n Wild Glass Correct Primer. I'm obsessed with this. This is my second bottle already, and I'm about halfway through with this one. I specifically have the one that says it corrects redness. It is tinted green, and I feel like it's kind of weird, but sometimes I feel like it helps my redness, and sometimes I feel like it does nothing. I don't really care about that part of the formula. What I like is how it genuinely does make my skin look like glass. It is so good. And I would really suggest this to anyone, especially anyone with dry skin. If you have oily skin, maybe not, I don't know. If you're going for that glass skin sort of a look, but anything like normal to dry skin, I would really suggest this. I love this primer. It's so good. Another face product that is like a tried and true at this point, this is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Powder. This is, I think, my third one of this product as well, and I'm almost done with it, as you can see. And I literally already have a brand new one just sitting here waiting, because I will finish this one up very quickly. Once I get to this part, it'll go by quick. So I do have another one ready to go on standby. I have mine in the shade Porcelain, and that seems to be a really good shade for me on this one. I love this. It's so amazing. It has a little bit of coverage. It really mattifies underneath the eyes, especially. It helps set my concealer down. It's just so good, and it's from the drugstore, so it's about $10 or $11 or so, so it's not too expensive, even though the drugstore is getting more expensive as a whole. Nothing I can do about that, but I love this powder. It's so, so good. Every time I use another powder, I always compare it to that one, and then I always wish it was just that one. I need to just stop buying other pressed powders, I guess. Okay, another primer, but this is an eye primer. This is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. I tried a ton of different eye primers this year, and honestly, this one's my favorite. I really like it. I did actually use up the one that I had, and then I got this one recently, and I'm really glad to have it back in my collection. I noticed a very significant difference when I use this on how long my eyeshadow lasts. My eyes are slightly hooded, and so I do deal with a bit of creasing, especially if I don't use a good eyeshadow primer, and this one seems to do the trick for me. It's also affordable, which I love. I just really, really like this one. The full-size packaging, I think, does not have a doe foot, and that would be like my only thing. I really like the ones with a doe foot. As I'm saying that though, like, does it have a doe foot? I don't know. If it does, that would be great. But this one, the little mini doesn't. You have to just like squeeze the product out, which is not the end of the world, but I do prefer the ones that have the doe foot. But yeah, I love this one, and I will continue to repurchase it probably forever. I love it. I have a little single eyeshadow I wanted to mention. This one I really loved over the summer, like when I first got it, but I still want to mention it because I do feel like I was obsessed with it there for a few months. This is the Colourpop Field of Fairies eyeshadow. It's a gel eyeshadow, it says. I thought it was called a Jelly Much, but I don't know. It says gel eyeshadow. But it's called Field of Fairies, and I love this shade. It's so, so pretty. It's got little micro flecks of glitter in it, so it's a little bit more dimensional on the actual eyelid. I also love that this shade, at least for my skin tone, can be used as a highlight if you want something just kind of more like sparkly and just like fun. But I think it looks so pretty on the skin. And yeah, this one really has been a favorite. I haven't used it in like maybe a month or so, so I need to pick it back up. But I've had a couple other things kind of going on that I've been wanting to use. Mainly lately, what I have on the eyes right now are these shadows. Now these are new, okay? I've only had them now for like a couple of weeks, so take that as you will, but I feel confident putting these in this video. So honorable mention maybe, but I love these. These are the single shadows from Clionadh Cosmetics. I'm so obsessed with these. I specifically want to point out this one here called Emblem. This has been my favorite, and I'm so surprised that out of all of these shades, specifically the pink shades, that this is my favorite one. But I am obsessed with this shade in particular. I also really like this one, which I think is called Signet. With my cheat sheet over there. I also really like this one that is called Signet. These have been my two favorites so far. I mean, I am just in love with them. So I want to point out those two shades in particular from Clionadh, but I'm still testing out some other ones. I do have the shade Signet on today, and also this one here called Kaleidoscope right next to it. So that's what's on my eyelids right now, on top of just some matte shades from a couple other palettes. But yeah, these, especially these two shades, but just in general, I'm so impressed with the quality and just the beauty of these shadows from Clionadh. I cannot wait to continue using them. I just think that they're so, so stunning. Let's talk about a couple of brow products. These I just have to mention. So the first one is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I feel like this has been the first clear brow gel that has actually been something I want to use. I feel like it makes a difference, and I find myself repurchasing it. So this is my second one of this size, which is the mini. I've used up a full size, and I've also used up like a little trial size. I still love this. I just think it's so good, especially for the price. Like this little mini is about $9, and it's gonna last you like a decent amount of time, even if it's your only one that you're using. So I really like this. I suggest it. I just think it's like a staple product in my collection. It might not be that exciting because it's a clear brow gel, but I really like it. And then the other brow product that I've got to mention, this is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen in the shade Ash Brown. So it's one of those like brow pins or brow markers that's got a little felt tip end on it. I specifically love the shade of this because it is like an ashy brown. It's not too warm, which I find to be the problem with most brow products I try. So I really, really love this one. I definitely prefer it to the Milani Weekend Brow, by the way. So I wanted to point that out, but yeah, I love this. I mentioned earlier some lipsticks that I used to have one and I loved it, and I picked up another one and I stopped using them so much. So that's these from Ulta, but I love them still. I just don't reach for them as much lately. I also haven't been wearing a lot of lip products lately. I don't know why, but they've been like really bothering me. They just wear so weirdly, like all lipsticks, where I get this like line on the inside of my mouth as I wear them, and it really just irritates me. I'm not really much of like a check my lipstick in the mirror every hour or something like that and reapply. Like I'm just not that type of person, so I don't know, that gets on my nerves. But my original favorite from this Ulta Beauty like cream lipstick line was the shade 332, which is also called Social Status. It is just this gorgeous like neutral pink, kind of a nude shade on my skin tone. I love it so much. It's still my favorite one, but I also wanted to mention this one in the shade 330, which I think is called, oh, I just forgot, Dusty Mauve or something like that. It's super cool tone and it's really, really pretty. Some of them that I have, you can see they kind of rub on the back, but it's a really affordable lipstick, and that honestly seems to happen a lot with my more affordable lipsticks, and honestly some of my high-end lipsticks. I feel like it's just like the more creamy it is, the more likely that is to happen. But I've had this one called Social Status for so long, and it still looks like perfect on the back. So it just kind of happens to some of them and not others, but this is not one I would suggest leaving in your purse like in the heat of summer or anything like that. But I really do like this formula. I just found that I kind of went a little crazy with picking up other shades of them, which is fine because it's nice to have those shades in my collection, but then it kind of takes the level of specialty out of the one that you had that you loved already, which is why I don't want to pick up another of the Patrick Ta blushes, if that makes sense. Okay, but a lipstick I have been really enjoying, this is the one I have on right now actually. This is the Superstay Vinyl Ink from Maybelline in the shade 35 Cheeky. This is a lipstick that will stay on for a really long time, but it doesn't dry down to be like super matte. So I find that it wears better on my lips than a lot of other lipsticks. I do have a different lip liner on, but the shade that you're seeing like in the center of my lips is this one. It's very close to my natural lip color, but just like my lips, but better. And I find that it kind of enhances them. So I really do like this lipstick. I wanted to mention it today. The other lipstick that I'm constantly reaching for, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. I completely used up my old lipstick all the way down to where I was having to dig the product out, and it was a full-size one. This is a little baby mini. But I dug that out and like pressed it into a blush compact. So I'm now using that as a blush, and it's very, very pigmented. But I really like this lipstick. This has been such a favorite of mine. I completely used up the full size of it, and I've been enjoying this little mini, which does not come with a ton of product by any means, but I have already used up a good bit of it, if you can tell. So I will just go ahead and use this one up, and then I'll repurchase the full size. But no reason I feel like to pick up that one, especially at the price tag, until I use this one up. But I did get a couple Ulta gift cards for Christmas. I saw that starting in February, Charlotte Tilbury is going to be sold at Ulta. So that one might be a product I use my gift cards on, because I really do want to pick up that full size eventually once I use up this little one. And I kind of want to try another color, maybe another formula from Charlotte Tilbury. So if you guys like any of those, let me know. I don't like some of the really light shades. I forget what they're called, but the really light ones I feel like look like concealer lips on me. So if you have any other favorites though from Charlotte Tilbury, like definitely let me know. But moving along to some mascaras. So my tried and true, my ultimate favorite, this is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. It's what I have on right now. If I go a while without having this in my collection or without using it for a while and then I use it again, I'm like, oh my gosh, why haven't I been using this? I don't need any other mascaras, but I like to try new makeup. So I can't ever just like only have one, but if I had to, it would be this one. And my hot tip with this, I keep mentioning, but if you didn't see those videos and you see this one, I want to mention it. If you decide to pick this up, pick up the mini, because the packaging is still great. The wand is still great. Sometimes I think you sacrifice the quality of the product when you get a mini. I don't know what the logic is there, but for some reason they're not making the wand the same or something like that. Like sometimes it just doesn't work the same, but this one is great. It works just like the full size. And I found that the full size actually dried out before I could use it up, whereas this one lasts me for a really long time, to where it gets to the expiration date before I actually use up all of the product or right around the time that I do. So I prefer to get the mini. I don't like to use my mascaras more than like 3 to 6 months because of the health of my eyes. I don't like to do that, but yeah, I think getting the mini one is definitely a great option. But this is what the wand looks like. It's pretty unique, I would say. So how you're looking at it right now, I use the top part first to build up volume, and then I go in with the little spiky ones on the bottom that are more like equally spaced out, if that makes sense, and less fluffy. And I go in with that next, and then that builds a lot of length. So I love this one, but I have to mention this because this like literally took my breath away. I will link below the video where I tried this mascara. I was literally speechless, and I had it sitting in my drawer, untouched, unused, unopened for at least 6 months before I tried this, and I really regret that. This is the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I love this mascara. Love it. I was so impressed with how it made my lashes look. It does not smudge or flake on me. It's from the drugstore. The Ilia one is pretty pricey, so this is a great option if you want something that's gonna make your lashes look great and it's not gonna break the bank. And I know that one of you guys actually picked this up on my recommendation and tried it, and that you're loving it too. So there are other people that feel the same way as me, I'm just saying. And this one is so, so good. I really do recommend it. Okay, we've got 3 more products, and they're all eyeshadow palettes. So I want to start out with one that I almost didn't mention, but I really feel like it should be mentioned this year. So this is the Viseart Cashmere palette. The reason I say I feel like it kind of doesn't, but it kind of should be, is just because I wasn't as into eyeshadow this year. I have just had quite the year. If you guys are new to my channel, I don't know if you know this, but this year, 2023, has just been like not the easiest for me. And yeah, you can look back on my channel for, I don't want to talk about that in this video, but I just wasn't that into makeup as a whole, and especially eyeshadow, and like the creativity side of it just like wasn't really on the forefront of the year for me. But I did really enjoy this palette. I love the color story. This is one of those palettes that stands out to me because I like every single shade in it. Now, I might not reach into, it's funny because I dug my nail into this one on accident, but I might not reach into this purpley shade very often, but I do like to have it because I have dipped into it to like build some depth. But all of the other shades I love. This purple one is like one of my favorite shades in my whole collection. I just love this palette, and I do feel like it's worth mentioning. It's perfect for traveling too because it has everything I need in it. It has a brow bone highlight. It also has a like light cream color. I use that with every single makeup look. It has different lid options, especially with these 3 here, for me at least. And I love that it has these 2 mid-tone matte shades, a more warm tone like brownie shade, and then a mauve shade. Those are my 2 go-tos. And then I love that it has this deep brown shade as well. And then the other ones are kind of like bonuses, but this has like what I need well-rounded in a palette, and I love that about it. But I just feel like eyeshadow hasn't been like my #1 thing this year. So yeah, I honestly do really love this palette though, and it's definitely been one of my favorites from the year. I'm kind of surprised by this one, but this is the Huda Rose Quartz palette. I used to have this palette. I bought it on launch day. I returned it because I felt like I didn't like it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I missed it and I bought it again. So yeah, now I've been using it like crazy. I'm like waiting for the day that I hit pan on this shade here called Energize. It is like one of my favorite shades again in my whole collection. I love this palette. I felt like it just took me some time to realize how much I loved it. Now I do wish that it had like that light cream shade because this one is just like too pink for me, but that's okay because of the next palette I'm going to talk about. I love this palette, but most of the time when I reach into it, I reach into my next favorite. So I wanted to kind of point them out at the same time, but I do really love this palette. I love the packaging of it too. I think it's so pretty. But my next favorite, and this is my last makeup favorite, is this Milani Gilded Mini palette in the colorway Whiskey Business. Can you tell that I love this? At least this light cream color. This has been the perfect companion palette for me. I use it, like I said, all the time in conjunction with this Huda palette. It pretty much stays in my Shop My Stash rotation all of the time. I just never take it out because it works so perfectly with that. Now, I could really do without the two deepest shades just because I'm so fair-skinned and I feel like I just don't like super vibrant and bright colors, and I also don't like super deep colors just on my eyes. I feel like it kind of closes them off. But these 4 shades here I use all of the time. If I could just have this as a quad, I would, but I love this. It's affordable, it's great quality. I've heard bad things about their other color stories in this line, so this is like the specific one that I love, and it's the only one I've tried, but yeah, I really, really, really love this palette. Okay, those are all the makeup favorites for 2023. A lot more than I realized I actually had after saying like I haven't had the best makeup year, blah, 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 but I feel like these products really had to impress me more because my standards were kind of like, I don't really care about makeup right now. Like it had to really be something to excite me about makeup. Okay, but I do have some favorites I want to share that are not makeup related. First things first, I have just been wearing so many hoop earrings. I'm wearing some right now. These are from, she changed her name. So it's not Hello Morning Sunshine anymore. It's Hello Sunshine Studio, I believe. I will link her Instagram down below. You guys can shop from her Instagram page. Her name's Paige. And Instagram page, her name is Paige, but you guys can shop from her Instagram page. She's got like a link to her website in there, so I'll leave her Instagram link down below. But I really like these gold hoops from her. They're titanium, I think. They're really like, they're weighted in a good way, like they feel good quality, but they're not pulling on my ear, and I've really been liking these. And I've just been liking like hoops in general. I've got a couple of skincare products, a couple of hair care products, and a couple of random things. So first things, I've really been loving this. This is the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hydrating. Oh my gosh, I can never say this. Like literally every time I try to say it, I have to say it 3 times. But this is the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Moisturizer. I love this. I got it on the second try too, so I'll take it. I recently purchased the refill for this, so it's currently like pretty full, but I completely used up one. Full disclosure, the original one was sent to me in PR, but I did purchase the refill myself to continue using this because I really, really like it. The next thing, I wish this one was not so expensive, but I love this. This is the Tatcha, the rice wash. I have been testing out 2 face washes that are claims, or like that are mentioned to be dupes. They don't claim to be dupes, but they're like, if you look up a dupe for this, those 2 come up all the time. I do not like them. I cannot find something that is as good as this, and the full size is $40, so I hate that. But this is a mini. I love it. It takes my makeup off. It doesn't burn my eyes. It smells amazing. I love the texture of it. It makes my skin feel super, super clean, but not like stripped. It's so good. I love this face wash so, so much. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. Another skincare product I love. This has been my favorite SPF this year. This is the Purito Daily Go-To Sunscreen. It has SPF 50+. It's so amazing. I do order mine off of YesStyle, so it's slightly less accessible, but this is affordable. It doesn't have any scent to it. It feels like a moisturizer. It has a high SPF level. Like the only negative really is that you have to order it online and you have to get it from like YesStyle or something like that. There's a few other websites where it's sold, but that's where I picked it up from. That's my second bottle of it, and the only reason I haven't been flying through my second bottle is just because I have to finish up another one that's going to expire soon. But then I'll be picking up this one because I love it. So amazing. My perfume favorite is this one from Skylar. This is in the shade. My perfume favorite is this one from Skylar. This is the Boardwalk Delight scent, and it smells like cotton candy and coconut and vanilla, I think, and it is just so, so good. It does not give me a headache. You guys know I'm super sensitive to fragrances causing me to have headaches and migraines. I love their Vanilla Sky scent. This one's giving it a run for its money. I also have been really enjoying their Sun-Kissed Dahlia scent as well. So I'm just so glad to have finally found a perfume brand that I can use, because that's a first for me, really. There's only ever been a couple of fragrances at all that I could get away with wearing like sometimes, but for the most part, I can wear these every day and not have to worry about it. But for instance, today I already have a headache, so I didn't wear it today because I don't want to test my headaches. But it doesn't cause one if I wake up without a headache, if that makes sense. Okay, I've got, one more skincare product. I almost forgot about that one. The next one, this one's so amazing. Again, this is my second bottle of this product as well. So this is from the brand Peach Slices, which is the less expensive sister brand to Peach and Lily. But this is their Redness Relief Azelaic Acid Serum, and I've got to shout out Kelly Gooch for this because she recommended this. I would have never tried this without her recommendation, And I don't think I've heard anyone else talk about it either, if I'm not mistaken, but she recommended this. I picked it up because it says redness relief. This actually helps my redness. I need to get back into using it every day because when I used it up, I did not repurchase it. I saw my redness get a lot worse, and I don't know, maybe you guys would have noticed too, because I noticed it most when editing my videos. And I noticed on camera, I was like, my face looks so red. Like, why is it so red all of a sudden? It's because I stopped using this, but this really does make such a big difference. I kind of want to try other things from this line, especially the cleanser, because I really need to not want to purchase a $40 cleanser. Oh, I don't know. But I read reviews that it stinks, so that's been kind of like making me not want to try it. I don't know. Okay, I have 2 hair favorites. One is newer, but this is like game changer for me because hairsprays are one of the things that more often than not will cause me to have a headache. So a lot of times when I curl my hair, I just wouldn't use a hairspray because I was afraid of it giving me a headache. But I found this one. I actually found this brand a while ago, like a year ago, and I don't know why I never picked it up. It's kind of expensive. It's like $30 for a bottle, but you know what? I will pay it because I don't use a lot of hairspray. But this is the No Nothing, very sensitive and super strong hairspray. This has 0 fragrance. Like, not just added fragrance, like this smells like nothing. You can spray it and you won't know that you just sprayed hairspray, but it does make your hair stay. It is a very strong hairspray in a good way. You can do like a light layer of it, or if you have, like if I do like a slick back bun and I want that sucker to stay, I will spray this and I will spray like a good bit of it and that hair is not gonna move. Like, this is good. Even if you don't have headache problems, like this is a good hairspray. And if you use a bunch of hair products and it's like overwhelming how every product has its own scent, this might be a good option because you could at least eliminate one category of a scented product in your hair routine, I guess. But I love that hairspray. And then next up, this is the Amika Signature Shampoo. It's the Normcore one. I love this. I probably only have one use, if I'm lucky, left of this, but I will be repurchasing it. It is so good. It makes my hair look amazing the next day. It almost like, it doesn't dry it out really, but it gives it like texture and grit to it the next day in a good way, and it has a lot of volume after I use it. So I really, really love this shampoo, and I really will repurchase it. I just need to go and get it. Okay, the last favorite, this one's gonna be kind of random, you guys. Actually, the next to last favorite. This one's gonna be kind of random, but if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have seen my Instagram story that, like my little highlight, that is about like fun drinks. And I've been trying to get away from drinking so much soda. I've gotten a lot better about not drinking like Coke or Pepsi or anything like that. I've had a couple the last like couple of months, which is rare, but I've gotten a lot better about it. I've also gotten a lot better about not drinking so much Sprite. But I was trying to find like some healthier alternatives because I just don't want to drink plain water and I don't really care for like the powdery mix-ins all the time. This has been my favorite. I have tried so many drinks and I really like the poppy drinks and the Olipop, like certain flavors, and I've mentioned them here and there as favorites, but this is the one that I continually repurchase because those poppy drinks are expensive, okay? They're like $2.50 a can. They're not like $2. They are $2.50 a can. This is like a pack of 8 for $4 or so, and I try to find them on sale, like buy 2 get 1 free, or you know, some sale. But this is the peach pear flavor of the LaCroix sparkling water. I tried LaCroix back in the day and I thought it was disgusting, but I really, really like this flavor of it. I drink it all the time. It's so good. And it's just sparkling water, so it's honestly like, I understand it's not the same as drinking regular water, but I think from what I've looked up that it's better than any of the other stuff I've been drinking for years and years. So, you know, I think that this is a healthier option and it doesn't have as much like added stuff or any added stuff really. It just has those little like packets that you put in your water. So I love that. But those are all of my like physical favorites. But the last thing I want to mention as a favorite is just you guys. I have been utterly blown away, especially during my Vlogmas videos. Like, some of you guys have like literally brought tears to my eyes because I have been working so hard on my Vlogmas videos. Like, I really have been. I hope that you guys can tell, and it seems like you guys can, but you guys have just been leaving me the nicest comments and it just makes me feel so warm inside. And I just want to say thank you. Like, you guys and this community that we have here on my little corner of the internet on my YouTube channel, I honestly feel so grateful for all of you guys that watch. I see you, like, I know the ones of you that comment on every single video, and it just is so nice. I feel like I know you guys, like, we talk all the time. It's just like, it's an odd phenomenon, but I'm so grateful for all of you guys. And I wanted to mention all of you as my favorite for 2023, because without you guys, I really wouldn't make these videos, because it's a lot of work and I do enjoy it. But if I didn't have you guys to like talk about makeup with and talk about just whatever with and like interact with you, and to see that you are enjoying all of the work that I'm putting into these videos and you're enjoying the outcome of that, you know, I probably wouldn't do this, because, you know, life happens, and there were a lot of times this year that I did not want to do YouTube, and you guys are always very supportive if I've needed a break with everything going on in my life, and just so supportive and so kind, and all of your comments. I could go on and on, but genuinely, like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I'm just totally blown away with your guys' comments, and they're literally, I'm not kidding you guys, there have been a couple, especially the last couple of weeks, where I'm just like, wow, like that. I've like shown my husband, like, look how nice this comment is. It's just so sweet. So thank you guys so much. I really do feel so blessed to have such nice friends. So thank you guys. And yeah, you guys are definitely my final favorite of 2023. So I had a lot more to talk about today than I realized. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I've got a couple more Vlogmas videos coming out for you guys. I have decided I'm going to take about at least a 2-week break after Vlogmas, because I am tired, okay? I am so exhausted. I have other projects I want to do. I would like to clean my house. I would like to like take time to clean my house. Yeah, I just have things I would like to do, and I would really like to go to bed at a decent hour. So I'm gonna take at least 2 weeks off, I think, of just like a break. I'm not sure if it'll look like 2 weeks to you guys, or if it will look a little bit less or a little bit more than 2 weeks, but that's kind of what I'm planning. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys that now. Yeah, I'm wrapping up my Vlogmas videos. Now that I've filmed this video, I only have 3 more to film total, and that feels so good, just because it's a good accomplishment. Like, I haven't missed any. I've only had 1 video so far that went up about 20 minutes later than 8 o'clock, and that's just because I needed a thumbnail and I was tired, and I was like, I'll make it tomorrow morning. So I feel really good about that. But yes, I am going to take a break. It'll be, I think, roughly 2 weeks. So I will be back in January with a kind of goals and overview video. I have plans. Let me know what you guys want to see, but I have some plans for a low buy and just like monthly kind of changes on my channel. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. I have a couple of new hobbies I'm trying to pick up. If you guys saw my what I got for Christmas video, you know I got a sewing machine. So I'm just picking up some new hobbies, and I'm excited to share that with you guys in the new year. So we've got a couple more days of Vlogmas. Thank you guys so much for watching my Vlogmas videos. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one, but I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.